Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm really excited to announce that I have finally reached 10,000 subscribers and I'm so happy. Like, I honestly can't believe that there's 10,000 of you out there watching me, and I never ever thought my channel would get to this stage ever. So to get to 10,000 is a really big achievement for me, and I just wanted to say thank you to everyone that just constantly comments on my work and on YouTube and is so supportive. And like, you don't need to do that, but you do, and that's really appreciated. So thank you guys so much for getting me to 10,000 and for supporting my work over the last year or so. And I thought I would do a bit of an about me tag today, because I feel like I haven't done anything like that before, and you guys probably don't know that much about me apart from like photography and that. Like, you guys don't know like much about me at all, so I thought it was about time that I did something like that. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And for those that are not really interested in my, life story or anything about me, then you can just maybe skip this video. But yeah, I've chosen like 50 questions from the 50 random facts about me tag, but some of the questions were a bit like, who was your crush when you were 13 years old? And it's like, I don't think anyone really wants to know that. So I did sort of replace some of the questions with other tag questions just to make it a little bit more interesting, hopefully. So yeah, I'll get started. First question is, what am I wearing? And I think it's pretty apparent what I'm wearing, but it's just a black shirt and I've got jeans on as well. Question number 2 is, do I know any other languages? And no, I don't, unfortunately. I started learning languages in school and I really wanted to continue with it after school, and I really wanted to do like French and German, but unfortunately I never really kept up with it. And I do actually have plans to continue on with a language, but I just really need to find the time and the money to maybe do a course, because I would love to learn a different language. And I've always been really interested in Mandarin as well. That'd be awesome to learn Mandarin, and yeah, maybe in the future, hopefully sometime soon. Question number 3 is, how tall am I? And I am 167 centimeters, and I was actually measured today. So I think that's like 5'5" maybe in the other system, but yeah, that 167. My biggest fears. My biggest fears usually revolve around spiders. I'm just not good with them. Probably to the point where it's like very irrational. But yeah, I can't, like daddy long legs or the little ones, like I can kind of deal with, but like, huntsman's just like, yuck. I can't deal with it. I know they're harmless, but there's just something about them that just creeps me out so bad, and I can't be like in the room with one. It's like, it's such a cliche fear, but yeah, that's my main one. And I'm probably in the worst country for it too. Like, Australia has some really scary looking animals and spiders, so, but yeah, that's my main fear. Any tattoos? I don't have a tattoo yet. I do want to get a tattoo eventually, and I pretty much know what I'm going to get. I just really want to make sure that it's designed the way that I want it to be, and because I'm going to have to look at it all the time, I just want it to be, pretty much perfect before I go and get it done. I've always kind of thought that I'd only get the one tattoo, but I've heard from many people that once you have your first, you get addicted to getting tattoos, so who knows. I would love to get it on my wrist though. Any piercings? So yes, I've got my septum pierced and my nose pierced, and I've also got just ear piercings. Yeah, I'd love to get a few more piercings actually. I would like to get some more ear piercings, and yeah, who knows. I'm quite impulsive when it comes to piercing because I only got these last year. I've always wanted my nose pierced when I was younger, when I was like 15. For a long time I wanted it done, and my parents were like, no, you can't get it done. So yeah, I'm rebelling at like 24 or 25 when I got my piercing. So yeah, it's good though. Like, I like being a bit more impulsive with it and just being like, no, I'm gonna get it done. And yeah, that's what I did. If you could have any other career choice, what would it be? probably something in travel. I love travel, I love traveling. Yeah, something, so maybe a travel agent job. That was what I was looking at when I was still in school, before I kind of came across photography. So I guess that's probably something else that I'd be doing. My favorite TV show, oh, this is pretty easy. I would have to say it would be Game of Thrones. That's my, I mean, it's just awesome. Mind you, I do really love Breaking Bad as well. Obviously that's kind of finished now, but that was just a great show. Like, I loved that show. So yeah, Game of Thrones, Breaking Bad, they're probably my two favorites. My favorite bands. Oh, this is a really hard question, but I think my favorite band consistently, like of all time, would have to be The Offspring. Yeah, I think they've just had so many hits like over the years, and pretty much from the time I was born. Like, yeah, I've really liked their music, and yeah, I still like it to this day, so I'd have to say they're my favorite. But I also like listening to kind of a variety of music today. I used to kind of go through that stage when I was like 15, and it was like, you know, hardcore music all the way, and I wouldn't listen to anything else but rock and screamo and metal and all that sort of thing. But I think today, now, I've kind of branched out a little bit with my musical tastes, and you know, I listen to Lorde as well, and lots of different other bands, more like even a little bit of R&B. Like, I'm not a huge fan of like today's pop music, but yeah, I kind of have a variety of interests these days in taste of music. My favorite movie is probably gonna have to be Star Wars. I can't think of anything else that I would put above Star Wars, so yeah, Star Wars it is. Something miss, probably my family, because I'm now living in Melbourne and they're back in New South Wales, so yeah, I miss them. Favorite song? That's such a hard question. I have so many favorite songs, but the one that always stands out to me would have to be Self-Esteem by The Offspring, because I just love lyrically how it is written and how it's so like mundane, and like I just love the lyrics in that song for some reason. I don't know, I really like that song, so I'd probably say that's one of my favorites. How old are you? I am 25. My zodiac sign is Taurus. Not that I'm really interested in zodiac signs or really think they have anything to do with my personality or anything to do with anything really, but yeah, I'm a Taurus. Do you drive auto or manual? Auto. I was never actually taught how to drive manual because my parents didn't have a manual car at the time that I was learning to drive, so I just didn't learn it, and I've not learnt it since I started learning to drive, and yeah, I just drive auto. Your favourite quote? I would have to say, like, I've got quite a few favourite quotes, and a lot of them are photography quotes, and I think I might have even mentioned a couple before on YouTube, but one of my favourite ones is really, it's a really simple quote. It's by Jim Richardson, and he said, if you want to be a better photographer, stand in front of more interesting stuff. So it's really simple, and I like it because it is so simple, and it's just, you know, that's what you do. If you're not happy with your work, if you want to be better, find something more interesting, like to photograph, and it's pretty much as simple as that. My favourite actor? I have a few, although I don't really watch a lot of movies these days. Favorite actor would have to be Leonardo DiCaprio, and my favorite actress would have to be Natalie Portman, I think. My favorite color would have to be blue. Yeah, if we're gonna be really specific, I like a green blue color, like aquamarine, something like that. Loud music or soft? Always loud. Where do you go when you're sad? The couch. I don't know, I just kind of go sit down, have a coffee, and just think over my sadness and then kind of try and get over it. That's kind of my process. How long does it take you to shower? Probably like 15 minutes maybe. depends. Girls have a lot of things to do in the shower a lot of the time, so it really depends on the day, but I think on average around 15 minutes. Ever been in a physical fight? Not unless it's with my brother. Yeah, I wouldn't say I've been in a physical fight before, just pretty much sibling rivalries, which is pretty typical, I think. Favorite sports? I'm not really sure. I've got a few favorite sports. I'm not really a sports player per se. Like I don't know. I've never been great with sports. Like there's a few that I used to play, like netball and tennis, but I've kind of moved away from them a little bit, I think. I like watching a lot of sports though, funnily enough. So I love to watch the AFL. I love to watch the EPL, so soccer or football, English football. And my favourite team is Manchester City. So yeah, I really like watching those types of sports. I really like watching hockey as well. So that's a really cool sport. Chocolate or ice cream? Always ice cream. Ice cream's like my favourite food ever. So nothing really beats it for me. The reason I joined YouTube, I'd been thinking about it for a little while, but I didn't really know what to do on YouTube, like as far as photography related stuff. And honestly, the reason I joined was because I was pushed by a friend, Jessica Kabisi, and she sort of kind of said to me like, just do it, you know, like it's really great and you know, you'll get into it kind of thing. And I was like, okay, I'll try it. And she was right, like I got into it and it's pretty fun, like I really enjoy it. Dogs or cats? Dogs for me. Cats I'm allergic to anyway, so it doesn't really, yeah, it doesn't work out too well there. But cats for me, I don't know, they don't really match my personality that much. Apart from like sometimes being lazy, like I'm pretty lazy sometimes, but like I just love dogs. I love dogs so much. I like cat themed things, funnily enough. Like if there's a sweater with like a cat on it, I love that. But honestly, like actually with cats and dogs, I will always prefer dogs. Books or movies? Usually books. I prefer reading. I haven't done a lot of it lately, but I do prefer it over watching a movie usually. If you could change anything about your personality, what would it be? Probably to not be too nice, if that makes sense. So I feel like sometimes I'm a little bit too nice and I'm a bit too lenient and I have trouble saying no. And sometimes I wish I was just a little bit more firm in that sense. So when things came along that I didn't want to do, I'd just say, look, no. Especially when it comes to my business, you know, with doing certain TFPs and things like that. I just wish I wasn't as nice sometimes. Wish I was a bit more mean. Not too mean though, just a little bit. The meaning behind my YouTube name is my name. Yep, that's pretty simple. The last book I read was In Order to Live by Yeonmi Park. I think that's how you pronounce it. It's a Korean name. And it was about her escape from North Korea, and it was very interesting. I really loved the book. Puts things and puts life into perspective a little bit more and makes you feel like you shouldn't complain as much about your own life sometimes. The book you're currently reading, I'm not actually reading anything at the moment, and I really want to pick up a book actually, so I'll have to do that at some stage. The last show I watched was Seinfeld. Yep, watched that the other night. My boyfriend and I have been watching a few episodes lately, so yeah, that's what I watched. The last person I talked to was probably my boyfriend, or no, probably my doctor. I had a doctor's appointment today, so it was probably her. The relationship between you and the person you last texted, that would be my boyfriend. So yeah. Favorite food, I think we've gone over this, it's ice cream. Mind you, I really love Mexican food. All Mexican food is just delicious, so yeah, I love that too. A place that I want to visit would have to be Japan. Japan is right up there on my bucket list. I just really want to get there one day, hopefully soon. and I want to go back to New Zealand because New Zealand was just amazing. It's such a beautiful place and I would love to go back there. The last place I was at the doctor's. Do I play any instruments? No, I've never been very musically inclined. I used to want to play the drums when I was about 15 years old. One food you could eat forever. That would be ice cream. We've already been over this. Should have probably changed some more of these questions. Do I still watch cartoons? Yes, I love The Simpsons, I love Family Guy, I love SpongeBob. I love all of that. Okay, do I have any magazine subscriptions? No, I don't at the moment. I used to have one to Vogue. That's probably the last one that I had. Are you afraid of heights? Kind of. Like, I'm not afraid of heights in the sense of like flying. I love getting in an aeroplane. I love flying. But I don't know, like sometimes with heights, yeah, I do feel a bit afraid of them, but it depends on the situation. Do you always smile for pictures? Sometimes. It's a little bit harder when you got braces, you feel like you just got a mouthful of metal. But yeah, usually I do smile for photos. The last sport I played, that would probably be netball when I was like 15. I can't think of anything I've played since then, so yeah, that was probably it. The last song you sang? I'm not even sure, to be honest. Probably just a song on the radio that's really catchy. That usually happens. Do you cut out coupons but then never use them? All the time. I always cut out coupons, and then do you know what? I never take them with me whenever I need them, and then I always miss out on having like a discount. Every time. It's like my life story right there. Turn-offs would be, there's probably a few turn-offs that I have, but the main one would probably be like smoking. Smoking is just, I'm not a fan of it. Last time you hung out with anyone, that was probably, I don't know, last night when I was watching TV with my boyfriend. And what do you drink with dinner? I usually have just water because I'm boring like that. Unless we've got like juice or iced tea or something like that, then I'll have that, but usually water. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you once again for helping me reach 10,000 subscribers, and I'm hopefully going to have a bit of a competition to celebrate, but I'll let you guys know more about that soon, and I'll hopefully have a few more videos up in the next week or so. But anyway guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!